Pleasant morning, everyone. Thank you for attending in today's IEP meeting. We are all gathered here to discuss about Benedict's performance and other important matters, especially on his behavior in a classroom. But before we start, let us all introduce first ourselves. I am Shannon S. Jumarangan and I am Benedict's SPED teacher education.
Hello everyone, I'm Benedict's mother.
Hi everyone, I'm Janela Era, Benjay's preschool teacher.
So hi everyone, my name is Grisha, the therapist.
Okay. To come up with Benedict's IEP, I will be going to read some important details about Benedict's profile. If you have any suggestion, please do not hesitate to speak so we can include it in our IEP. The child's name is Benedict Joseph C. Senizal. He is already 4 years old. Benjay was assessed to follow up his progress since last assessment on January 4, 2004. This evaluation presents the results, and based on this, the recommendations for interview will be given after. So for Benedict's individual intelligence test, the results are the following. Accordingly, Benjay Abli names in English common things, animals and sights in pictures such as rabbit, scissors, hammer, flag, owl, shovel, and sheep. He is unable to name a few less easy ones and define simple words presented to him. He identifies and names common facial and body parts like nose, mouth, leg, chin, hair, and some others that not included in the formal testing like in teeth, tongue, tummy, neck, elbow, hand, and finger. He is not yet able to answer questions requiring logical thinking, make simple social judgments, and explain cause and effect relationships. He is not yet able to identify and tell or explain absurdities in pictures. He is in the whole within the lower limit of low average in verbal abilities. So Benjay puts common forms in form board and assembles two-piece circle, square, and triangle and put them in their respective insets. He matches single block similarities and also arrange two blocks of following given patterns apply well 3 to 4 vertical block arrangements. He is on the whole within high average range in visual abstract reasoning, comprehending nonverbal patterns and rules, and performing non-language mental ability tests. So Benjay matches single block and two blocks combination with similar quantities of spots and count spots in up to 3 block combinations. He is in the whole within high average range in quantitative reasoning. So Benji remembers ably well bead colors and shapes and also several bead patterns when asked. So these are the following summaries that presents Benji intelligence profile. For his verbal reasoning, his test age is 3.0 and he is with low average. In his visual or abstract reasoning, his test age is 5.0, which were interpreted with having high average range. For quantitative reasoning, his test age is 5.0 as interpreted as high average. As to the short-term memory, test he is in 5.0 test age and was interpreted with having high average range. So during classroom activities, these are my observations. So Ben J insert chips in a coin bag, presses clothespin functionally, stack up cards and cups, and scoops beads with the spoon one by one and drop them into a container. He packs away materials, turn pages of a book even one at a time, and unwrap objects, transfer beads from one container to another. He crumples paper but pulls it in opposite directions and tear it. He folds paper once, twice, and thrice, following demonstration but does not yet present firmly. He cuts with scissors functionally but is assisted in holding the paper for him. Benjay holds the pencil with his right hand, static tripod grip with slight his hands not rested on the table. So he scribble copies vertical and horizontal lines and circles and also a few line combination like plus or L. He connects dots and traces broken lines following the direction but not accurately enough. He colors figures poorly. He also traces numbers and letters. His full name but needs further training to achieve correctness, neatness, evenness, and appropriate size of prints. He can copy a few letters, usually those of his name. He does not yet draw stick persons and other schematas from copy and on his own. So developmental age in fine motor area, visual, perceptual motor, practical and paper and pencil task is 3.9 years old from 2.9 recorded in January 2004. So Mrs. Sanizal, upon hearing the summaries of results and observations conducted, we would also like to hear from your reaction. If you have any additional suggestion about your son Benedict.
Thank you, Miss Shen. I hope we can do something about the area he struggles a lot. I believe in the capabilities of my son, and whatever action I give just to help him, I would totally support.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Sanizal. Can you share how is Benedict at home?
Yes, at home, Benjay remains physically healthy and moves about the ease and now plays with other children, including his siblings, much better than before. So he still needs further training through the comprehending and following rules of simple games. He exhibits improved sitting, attending, and performing behaviors, but still gets bored easily, impatient, impulsive, and excitable. He still performs, however, even when forced. He keeps himself busy at home watching TV without limit and playing toys by himself and now interacting with siblings better. He needs more opportunities for outings to places, especially to play areas opportunities through for outing to public places to play areas where there are other children. He resists treats and being shouted at there and scolded by not complying all the more. So he tends to hit back and retaliate when provoked by others. So he exhibits sense of caution or fear, localizes, holds, and painful affected part, but needs further training in complaining more adequately. So he adapts the changes positively, likes being praised, and initiates affectionate behavior. So he also readies himself for school and likes schooling na. So Benji can eat with spoon and spear food with fork and eat with it, but it is spoon feed most of the time. So he sips from the straw and drinks from glass unassisted na siya. So sometimes ruminates, especially when fed with rice. He can remove his socks, footwears, and garterized shorts and brief, but is also assisted in removing upperwear. So he can put on footwears, brief, and garterized shorts, but not socks and upperwear. So for him, he is generally attended to but cooperates in brushing teeth with hands-on opportunities, combing hair, bathing, cleaning and other defecating, cleaning ears, and trimming fingernails and toenails. So, and having his hair. So he is also supervised and assisted in washing and drying his hands.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Sanizal. We will keep that in mind. And now let us hear from Miss Janella, preschool teacher of Benedict.
Good morning. Good morning. So, hello, Miss Preschool Teacher. For the transition, I would love to help Benedict through giving ideas in order to achieve his goal as a learner. So, when it comes to Benedict's cognitive skills, he can he can name common colors such as red, yellow, blue, green, orange, purple, pink, brown, and black. Also, various shapes and forms like triangle, circle, oblong, rectangle, diamond, heart, star, moon, and sun. He can also count numbers independently from 1 to 10 with hand motion. Also, he can name numbers from 0 to 100 using number cards, but he doesn't not yet get specified numbers of objects consistently. He knows also how to recite the days of the weeks and months. He also associates common objects with their uses and matches such as beads with their pictorial representation. Gladly, he knows also how to discriminate between boy and girl, hot and cold, clean and dirty, but not yet the word slow and fast, empty, full, on, under, and many few, and, and hands up. Benedict also can sing the alphabet, names and sequences the letters both in upper and lower case. He can also match the poetic sounds with their corresponding letters specified. He also answers yes and no appropriately. He also says if increase he needs help, he can also express himself in single word and word combinations but can describe pictures in short sentences.
Okay, thank you, Miss Janella. Now let us hear from Miss Gonzalez, the speech therapist, as she will be tackling about Benji's language and communication skills.
So yes, I observed that Benedict, as Miss Shan said, Benedict aptly names in English common things, animals, and sight in pictures such as rabbit, scissors, hammer, flag, owl, shovel, and sheep. He is unable to name a few less easy ones and define simple words presented to him. He identifies and names common facial body like nose, mouth, leg, chin, and hair, and some others not included in the formal testing. He is not yet able to answer questions requiring logical thinking, make simple social judgment, and explain cause and effect relationships. He is not yet also able to identify them, tell or explain absurdities in pictures. He is on the whole within the lower limits of low average in verbal abilities. Benedict puts common forms in form boards and assembles two-piece circles, square and triangle, and put them in their respective inserts. He matches single block similarities and also arrange two blocks following given pattern ably well. He replicates accurately well 3 to 4 vertical blocks arrangement and also some horizontal or table surface arrangements. He is on the whole within high average range in visual abstract reasoning, comprehending nonverbal patterns and rules and performing non-language mental ability tasks. So Benedict matches single blocks and two blocks combination with similar quantities of spots and counts spots in up to three blocks combinations. He is on the whole within high average range in quantitative reasoning. And Benedict remember ably well beat colors and shapes and also several beat patterns when asked to recall replicate them immediately after beat pattern presentation, but he delayed recall. He is on the whole within high average range in short-term memory. So based on the result, Benedict's performed much better in non-verbal mental ability tasks than in verbal ones.
Okay, thank you, Miss Gonzalez. So now let us hear the recommendations made and needed based from the results of each level. Miss Jonella.
So the comments and recommendations. So Benjay is within average range in overall mental abilities with a composite test age of 4.6 from 2.1% to a cognitive area. recorded in January 2004. He demonstrates significant progress in all developmental areas, but much more room for improvement and further achievement, especially in language communication and psychosocial, including self-help area is observed. Improved sitting, attending and performing behaviors, and noted, but needs further training in increasing impulse, control, and attending skills. Based on the results, it is strongly recommended that Benjay remain in the regular class program with provision of partial individualization and through one-on-one and small group instructions. Continued behavioral therapy tutorial at home and also once a week, speech therapy alongside learning assistance by home members are needed to reinforce and complete intervention. So, also, it presents tasks one at a time, requiring him to finish one before moving on to another. Second is establish a routine both at home and in school, teaching him to observe such routine and shift attention from one task to another, allot a specific time block for skill building at home. Third is simply lesson and use appropriate instructional materials, especially in language communication area, to facilitate learning. Next is to provide plenty of drill and practical skills application for mastery. For his managing behavior, continue requiring him to perform a given task before letting him have or do what he likes. Next is continue also using verbal and gesture cues with which he can associate doing permissible behaviors and differing from doing non-permissible behaviors. Next is model appropriate behaviors in varied places and situations and teach him to imitate such. Lastly is praise him and provide privilege or give rewards he likes for positive behaviors.
Okay, thank you, Miss Janela. Now let's proceed to Miss Abigail Falca Santos. What can you suggest? Okay, thank
Okay,
you for
thank you
that,
for that,
Miss
Miss
Abby.
Abby.
So,
So,
let's go to Miss Gonzalez for your suggestions.
So I also suggest that you should continue him to imitate sounds and word model to him consistently and accurately. Name unfamiliar things around and pictures for him and ask him to repeat after you. Provide plenty of drills enabling him to identify and name common objects in pictures. Require him to say what he likes before giving this to him and continue teaching him to express himself in sentences using sentence variant like pronoun I plus verb, like for example, I am eating. Pronoun I plus adjective example is I am happy, such as that. And also use pictorial clues and rehearse him say sentences in practical situations. Having achieved ample skills in sentence use, continue improving, honing the following oral language skills. First is expressing himself more clearly, articulately, expressing himself consistently in sentences, using polite terms consistently and appropriately, describing things in pictures, relying one idea messages, seeking information, complaining verbally, answer simple who, what, and where questions within visual proximity. Who is this? Where is that ball? What is that? And expressing feelings. Provide structure exercises with prompting and modeling. Use picture and practical situations to facilitate comprehension.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Gonzalez. So, thank you very much, everyone. A continuous monitoring and counseling will be made for Benedicts at school and at home. So, the teachers will be responsible to provide modifications and adaptations in order for Benedict to cope up in regards to his academic performances in our school. So, and for the parents, please continue to provide a fully love and support and continue to monitor the skills performed by Ben J at home. So we will assure to you that Benedict will receive full support, especially in education services, in order for him to achieve his goals throughout the year. Mrs. Sanizal, do you have any questions, clarifications, and regarding this matter?
So, as a mother of Benedicts, I'm so glad to hear all your ideas in support to my son's education. So, thank you very much, everyone.
You are welcome, ma'am. We will continue to update you regarding on Benedict's performance in school. So again, I would like to thank everyone for participating for today's IEP meeting. The meeting is adjourned. Have a pleasant day ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.